Hi, it's Rick. Once again here as an RV tech with Voyager RV in our PDI shop. Today's video is going to be on your propane system for your RV. First, we're going to talk about the tanks and the regulator. Then we're going to move on to some appliances. We're going to have a quick look at quick connect applications. And finally, I'm going to be talking about the safety authority label. So let's begin at the front of this unit, and we'll start talking about your tanks and the regulator itself. Okay, so here we are in front of this Keystone Passport, and we're going to be talking about these tanks and this regulator. Now, the regulator has a sight glass in the back, and when it's turned this way, it's really hard to see. So here's Rick's tech tip for today. We're going to move this regulator to the front, and I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. Okay, so now we've turned the tanks around so that the sight glass is easier to see. So right now the sight glass is reading red. That's because these tanks are turned off. As soon as I turn the tank on, it's going to go to clear. This might take a couple of seconds, but it will go to clear. And it has. Okay, so what that's telling me is that there's propane in this tank because this is the one selected. So this is your selector lever. So this is a semi-automatic changeover regulator. The automatic part is when you get to where you're going to turn on both tanks. It's going to draw propane from this tank only until that tank is dry, and then it'll automatically start drawing from this tank. So if you come and you check this regulator and you see that it's pointing this way and this is on and the sight glass is turned to red, you know that this tank is empty. And it's drawing from the other one. So now the semi-automatic part is you're going to change the regulator over to the other tank. Then you can turn this one off. Take it off at the valve. Now there's fuel in there. That's what that little was. And then you can take that and get it filled. In the meantime, you're still drawing from this tank. So you always have one tank in reserve, and you always have the possibility of filling the other tank. Okay, so here we are inside this Keystone Passport, and what we're going to be doing is showing you quickly how to light your three main appliances, which are your water heater, your stove, and your fridge. So first of all, water heater is very easy to light. So we're going to just come to the monitor panel, and we're going to turn on the button, and that will light the tank. Now, it's going to try 3 times to light. If after the 3rd time it doesn't light, this fault light will come on. Sometimes it'll say DSI fault or something similar. DSI means direct spark ignition. So if that light comes on, the way that you reset it is you just turn this off and turn it back on again. And I just heard it light. Okay, the other way to light the tank is with the electric element. We're not plugged in right now, so this will not work. You have to be plugged into shore power for the electric to work. Next, we're going to show you the stovetop. So on this particular model, you just lift the top up like this, turn on the propane, and light the burner. Easy. To light the oven, we're going to turn it to the little flame there, okay? And that's talking about the pilot. So what we're going to do is we're going to press this in. What I'm doing right now is I'm allowing gas to flow to the pilot. So it might take a couple of seconds for the gas to get there. Once the gas is there, you're either going to light it with the igniter, as we can with this particular unit, or you're going to put a barbecue lighter in there and light it by hand. So let's just see, we have gas there, and the pilot is lit. So if you look in there, you can see the reflection of it in there. Okay, so I have to hold that down for a little bit because the flame is heating up a thermocouple, and that is producing electricity by heat, and it's energizing an electromagnet in here. Once that's been running for a little bit, it'll stay lit. And then to turn on the oven, all I have to do is select a temperature, and boom, it's lit. Once it has been lit for a while, and you're finished doing what you want, you can take it back to pilot, and it'll just stay lit. Now, what happens if that pilot blows out? Gas is flowing to that pilot. However, there's no more heat from the flame, and the magnet is de-energized, and the gas valve closes. So it's 100% safe. However, I would never travel with the pilot lit, because you forget about it. You can't be within 50 feet of a gas pump with an open flame. So when you're traveling, make sure that you turn off your oven. Okay, so that's 2 out of the 3 major appliances inside that we have to light. The last one is going to be the fridge. So fridges are easy to light. All you have to do is turn on the on button. That's it. So we are on auto. It will automatically select power for from the shore power. Unfortunately, we're not plugged into shore power right now, so it's going to automatically switch over to gas. So with that auto light on, until that check light comes on, we know that it's lit. I actually heard it light while we were standing here. So the check light, what it's telling you to do is check your propane, because you've either forgotten to turn on the propane or you're out of propane. So I know it's running right now. Okay, so there are also outside appliances like this cooktop here, but there's a little bit of a trick involved in setting up the propane to them. And that is to put this into the quick connect. Okay, so here we are underneath the trailer, and I'm going to be hooking up this quick connect. Now, it won't work. You won't be able to get it in unless you have the valve turned off. This is on, this is off. So if it's on, it's not going to open enough, and it will there when it's off. So I'm just going to insert that, and it's inserted, turn it on, and we're good to go. On the other hand, when it's time to take it off, again, you have to turn that off, so this will open enough that you can take it out of the fitting. So just to reiterate, anytime you have a pipe that has a quarter turn valve, if the valve is turned across the pipe, then it's off. If it's in line with the pipe, it's on. So you can visually see whether or not you have a valve open or closed. It doesn't matter if it's propane or water or anything. If it's a quarter turn valve, that's what it's all about. Okay, the last thing I'd like to discuss about the appliance system or the LP system is this label. That is the Technical Safety BC label, which tells us that this unit has been gas tested. So that means that the tanks have been checked, regulation is checked, all of the hoses have been checked to make sure they don't leak, and that all of the appliances are working correctly. So that is your assurance that the unit that you have is safe. Every dealership in BC has to put one of these labels on for every used unit. As far as I know, we're the only one who does it on new units as well. So this is again, your assurance that this is a safe unit as far as the gas system is concerned. Okay, so that's a wrap on our review of your LP system. We've covered the tanks and regulator, how to light the major appliances, how to hook up your quick connects outside, and a little blurb on what the safety label on your trailer means. So if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for future videos, please comment below. If you enjoy these videos and to get the most out of your RV experience, please subscribe. And so until next time, this is Rick saying, good maintenance leads to happy camping. Thank you.